has this chance to kind of get back together and have some of those kind of creative school-like atmosphere of just sort of chatting about architecture. But we've also now really tried to expand to be a bit more open to general public, and just there's so much interest in architecture and urbanism and design, and people want to talk about it. And so I think it's a really interesting opportunity for people to come once they get over maybe the intimidation of it's a group of architects. I think we're actually, it's very casual. We have pub nights once a month, and it's just like get together over a couple of pints and talk about the city, and hopefully some projects come out of that, and we've done a couple of things. But
what have some recent discussions been at these at the pub nights?
So things like, that's how we know that we maybe have this similar position on the convention center. That one comes up quite often.
Okay.
So we talk about the windmill project, just kind of whatever's in the news, and it sort of becomes the instigator of the conversation.
Even just discussions about what it's like to be a young designer in a city that maybe is not known as a leading design city.
There's definitely a bit of frustration venting as well of what we'd like to do, and that how. So it's a bit of venting, and then hopefully a little bit of brainstorming of what can we do to we obviously are all on the same page. We all want these things to move forward in Ottawa.
Now, how can people reach out and join YAL Lab then?
So we have a WordPress page, yallab.wordpress.com. Very active on Twitter as well.
YOWLAB.
That's right.
.wordpress.com.
Like the airport code. That's
I was going to say, I was wondering if there was a play on the airport code.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Or if it stood for something clever architecture-wise.
Well, and the idea that maybe it could start expanding into other cities, and now we start kind of maybe there'll be a Yule Lab now that I'm in Montreal.
There you go. Like Lunch Out Loud Kelowna, there is Lunch Out Loud is spreading across Canada.
Yeah.
So we have that. No, that's excellent. And
what about? Do you like any of the pubs that you go to architecture-wise? Do we have some? I know we have some pubs that have been around for a while.
This year we went out to went over the river to La Salle des Temps, which has a really great patio space. It's right on the river there. It's really a nice location. And we try to move around the city as well. We occasionally go back to the same pub, but we actually really try hard to find new pubs. And so, it's our first time there. Nobody's been there, but, it's a chance to see what's coming up and move around the city. And hopefully that also, maybe we're not in your neighborhood this month, but next month we're a bit closer.
Some people don't have to drive quite as far. Yeah. Are there any new spots in particular that you liked? Or?
I'm trying to remember what recent ones you've been to.
It's going to be a very exciting one. There's going to be a lot more pubs and river activity on the Ottawa River coming up in the next few years to use the beautiful scenery. So that's going to be architectural next. All right. Well, we'll just take a quick break and listen to one more song and join Jen from Foodie Prince. And we'll be right back and we'll talk everything Ottawa Architecture Week. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nick and Andrew. With the promise of lots of sunshine and warm temperatures this weekend, what better way is there to enjoy the outdoors than hanging out with friends and checking out some food events? Starting today, Sparks Street is once again hosting Ribfest, but this time with an Oktoberfest twist. Called Ribtoberfest, it runs Thursday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. 8 Ribfest vendors from June's Ribfest are back, including Silver Bullet, Texas Outlaws, Bibbs Barbecue, Billy Bones, Krabby's Barbecue Shack, Uncle Sam's, Gator Barbecue, and from Louisiana, there's Camp 31. And aside from the usual ribs, there will also be sausages, sauerkraut, baked apples, and, of course, some Bavarian Oktoberfest games. So be sure to go to their website, sparkslive.com, for more details and for you to get your official Ribber location map. Also taking place this Saturday evening is the second annual Ottawa Food Truck Rally. It's from 4 to 8 p.m. at St. Paul University at 223 Main Street. Tickets are still available for this event. Entry is $10 a person, while kids under 12 get in free. Also, all food will be priced at $4 per tasting plate. Over a dozen food trucks will be there, and some of my favorites who will be attending include the Merry Dairy, Angry Dragons, Gong Fu Bao. I believe that Mr. Churritos will also be there, along with Urban Cowboy, the Grilled Cheesery, and Red Roaster. And as I mentioned last week, all the proceeds from the ticket sales go towards funding a culinary scholarship to Algonquin College. And if you plan on bringing your children with you, the Ottawa School of Art will be running a craft station. Plus, a Knife for Ottawa will be on hand to demo how to sharpen knives and also to show off some knife skills. So if you love food trucks and haven't been able to visit many this year, then this could be your last chance, as some food truck vendors may only be operating for another month or so before the season draws to an end. And then yes, the snow will probably be coming shortly after that, but let's not think about that. So to purchase your food truck tickets, go to ottawafoodtruckrally.com. The final event I would also like to mention is the Taste of the Italian Harvest Wine and Food Show, taking place this Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. It's hosted by Sala San Marco in Little Italy at 215 Preston Street. There will be lots of food samples from the neighborhood restaurants, and plus wine and beer samples from Lifford Wines, Pondview Estate Wines, and Kitchissippi Beer. Tickets are all-inclusive, $40 in advance or $45 at the door. If you plan to go there with a group of friends, then be sure to see if you can qualify for a group discount. I believe there still are some tickets available, so be sure to call Sala San Marco at 613-238-6063. It sure is a busy food weekend here in Ottawa, so get out there and have some fun. And that's it for today. See you all again next week.
All right, thank you so much. We are still alive here on the second floor of the installation on Sussex here for Ottawa Architecture Week during Nuit Blanche, which will be a lot of fun. Have you done a lot of Nuit Blanching before?
I've been to the last two.
Yeah?
Well, all of them.
And then I was a participant
There's
last
only
year.
been two before.
This is the third. Yeah.
Oh, really?
This is the third.
What's an installation that might be back again this year that we should check out tonight?
I think they're all unique.
Yeah, I think they
They'll
try
never
to
be-
bring in a new round every time.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
So there'll be tons to see.
I hope the rain holds off tonight. All right. So Ottawa Architecture Week starts September the 28th and runs until October 5th. And can you give us a quick rundown of why everybody should be so excited in Ottawa about the Ottawa Architecture Week coming up?
Sure. So it's really an opportunity for people to come and talk about the city, talk about architecture, hear different viewpoints, and hopefully offer something to us and to each other, and maybe take something away.
So what are some of the key events? So it's starting on September 28th and running through October 5th.
Yeah, so we're really excited about September 28th because we're doing a children's workshop. And the idea is that we're getting the kids to come together and sort of imagine their own ideal city. And they're going to be working in groups, and then we're going to have that work on display at our main venue for the whole
Well, that's
week.
pretty cool. What age groups are invited to come out for that?
We're not really limiting it too much, but it tends to be under 10. Sort of
Yeah?
Between like 4 to 10. Traditionally, that's kind of how it works. So.
And
that's fun.
And the headquarters are basically Knox Presbyterian Church.
Yeah, that's right.
Where's that located?
That's on the corner of Lisgar and Elgin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the kids workshop will be, we have different locations. There's one happening in Hintonburg, there's one happening in the Glebe, and then we're going to take all the work and have it on display in the church and invite people that come to the venue to contribute and sort of make it an evolving installation. So it should be a lot of fun.
Excellent. And what about on the 29th?
So the 29th is traditionally is kind of our big kickoff. So we have we're doing a lecture at the National Gallery that we're partnering with Carleton, the School of Architecture. And that's a woman by the name of Hedwig Heinzman, who works for an architecture firm in Amsterdam called Gus. And they're a really exciting young firm that focuses on public architecture, so we're really excited to have her here. And then we're going to have an opening night reception at Fauna Restaurant afterwards, which should be a lot of fun. So
architecture in there is very good.
Linebox Studio,
and
we're inviting everyone to come. We have Adam Sakeley who's going to be offering music for us, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Will there be a talk there at all, or
no?
Is it
it's just kind of
just
a
gathering, social kind of event.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the next day? What else do we have?
So Tuesday is the first day that we open Knox to the public. We have this installation will be back up starting Tuesday in the courtyard, the Knox courtyard. Then we have an exhibition that we're partnering with the Swiss Embassy called the Swiss Touch and Landscape Architecture. So it's a really great exhibition that looks at sort of the evolution of landscape architecture in Switzerland. So we're excited about that.
When I think of architecture in Switzerland, I just think of homes with bunches of wood right next to them for woodburning all through the countryside.
Traditionally, yeah.
That's all I remember from Switzerland. So that will be interesting.
Traditionally, but they're pretty. They have some pretty beautiful contemporary stuff. So we're excited to be partnering with the Swiss for that. And then we have like I mentioned, the kids' work will be up that day as well.
Cool.
A bit later in the day on Tuesday, we have a walk with Mike Steinhauer, who's going to be doing a heritage walk called Ottawa's Forgotten Square. So he's looking at, just behind us here, there used to be what he's calling kind of Ottawa's only urban square. So there were a lot more buildings, and it was kind of a very defined area of space. So he's going to do a walk and talk about sort of development of this area over the last 100 or so years. So
that'll be very
interesting.
Should
be really nice. Yeah. Tuesday night, maybe you can...
So then Tuesday night we have our movie night, which is a partnership with Yao Lab. We run a monthly film festival, which is kind of a virtual film festival, sort of like a book club where we release the movie name. And so this time we're actually going to have it at the Bytown Cinema, and we're going to be showing the documentary Last Call at the Gladstone Hotel, which is an old heritage hotel in Toronto, and it deals with a developer that went in and wanted to turn it into an arts venue, and then realized that there were tenants living in the hotel, and how do you deal with these sort of social housing issues and community issues of this gentrification.
Were they allowed to be tenants there, or were they?
It was kind of a weird sort of situation of it was a hotel, but it was sort of a bit of a squat house as well. Some were, they were paying, but they were paying obviously way lower rents than what the developer was going to be able to offer them. So there was it's a really interesting. It goes over the 5 years of this kind of process of trying to figure out what they're going to do and what impact it's having on the community. So then we're going to follow that up with a panel discussion that's going to sort of take those themes and address how that's affecting Ottawa, how Ottawa deals with those kind of situations, or the issue of heritage, of gentrification, of development, and it should be a really great night.
There, Andrew, you'll be able to learn about heritage there.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. And what do we got after that?
Wednesday we have a tour of a local architect's apartment.
Oh, cool.
His name is Paul Carriou, and he's going to be showing. So he lives in a new condo downtown. He kind of completely gutted the place and reimagined the space. So he's
in the Mondrian.
Mondrian, that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
so he's going to be doing a tour of that space. It's a pretty limited tour, but it should be a lot of fun. Free to register if anyone wants to go. In the evening, we have the official opening of the Swiss exhibition. We're going to have a little reception, free wine from Switzerland and food. So I encourage everyone to come out, and that'll be followed by a talk.
Free wine.
That'll be followed by
free food.
A talk by a guy by the name of Michael Jacob. He's coming from Switzerland to talk about the exhibition. He was involved in it, so that should be really nice.
Right on.
And then Thursday we have another housing tour, which is out in Hintonburg. It's a project called the Hintonburg 6, and it's an intensification or a residential infill project with six houses that were kind of fitted together, kind of like a Tetris, I guess, like in a Tetris type.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so a really nice contemporary housing project in Hintonburg. Again, free tours. You're going to get to go inside the houses.
Would you know offhand what streets?
It's at the corner of Armstrong and Pinney.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember those buildings. I've seen them a couple of times when I'm driving through there. They are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really nice. And